The 8th Congressional District have a chance to hear from both candidates tonight in a debate aired live right here on WBAY TV2. The Democrat, Dr. Kristen Lyerly, will be taking the stage alongside Republican Tony Wheat starting at 7 o'clock. Chief political reporter Jason Zimmerman has a preview. He's live in Green Bay at the event site. Jason.
Bill, this high-stakes event will be the first and only time these two candidates square off over the issues when they meet here at the Mothy Center right behind me on the campus of UW Green Bay. Our own Cammie Rapson will serve as moderator, and myself and Jesse Lynn from the Green Bay Press-Gazette will be asking the questions throughout this one-hour event. Those questions are being kept confidential, and even the topics are not being disclosed to either candidate. Two college students will also be given a chance to ask one question each. The event will also include a live audience, which will likely include supporters from both sides and people from the UW Green Bay campus. However, they will be given strict instructions not to applaud, bring in signs, or do anything to disrupt the candidates during this debate.
I've wanted to host a political debate for a long time because I think there's nothing that can really substitute for getting to hear somebody describe their position without being prepared with notes and with script and everything else. They won't have any notes, and they'll have questions that will be new to them.
The doors open at 6 o'clock, 1 hour before this debate is scheduled to start. I'm told the building has a capacity to hold up to 250 people. Reporting live in Green Bay, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.